Hello YouTube, it is Sydney Island here. That's Island with a Y, not an S. And today we're going to talk about Mercury in Libra, Mercury in Scorpio, and Mercury in Sagittarius. Because my original dang Mercury video, like I had technical difficulties and it was a perfect video. I had it filmed, I had it edited. I had it freaking edited, y'all. Like y'all don't understand. I had it edited. Y'all don't understand the effort it takes to edit. I had it edited. And then there was a technical difficulty, so I had to redo it. But you know what? I'm a starseed, so I get that everything happens for a reason. So I'm just gonna go with the flow. Okay. I just take it as a sign that maybe the video just wasn't as good as it could have been. But looking at that video, I'm like, I was so cute. I was so cute. I didn't have any makeup on and I was so cute. Oh my God. But the lighting is going to be better. So anyways, so what does the planet Mercury represent in astrology? Well, the planet Mercury is all about communication and the way that we think. Okay, planet Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Okay, planet Mercury is the planet of thought. It's our mind, it's our psyche, and it's also the way that we express ourselves verbally. It's the sound of our voice. You know, are we a harsh speaker, someone who speaks with dominance? Or are we someone who's a more soft-spoken speaker, someone who's more laid back in their speech? That's what planet Mercury is all about. It's all about that one-on-one communication. Okay, so Mercury in Libra. Let's jump right into it. So, Mercury in Libra, you try to get on people's good side a lot of the times when you communicate with them because you're a little bit afraid of confrontation and you're a little bit afraid of arguing and things like that. Okay, you try to keep the peace when it comes to conversing. Okay, you're really good mediator. Okay, you have the gift of communication. You know, having Libra in Mercury, this is actually a really good Mercury placement to have because it keeps your speech very balanced. And so when it comes to communication, it's calm. You know, it's normal. It's not too crazy. You know, and sometimes, you know, you may bore people or you know, be the type of person who's afraid to have your own mind when it comes to things. But you also can be well spoken, you know, having a Mercury in Libra. Like, you are so, like, when it comes to your voice and the way that you speak, you are so charismatic and graceful in your speech, and people love hearing you speak. So you could be a really good motivational speaker, or even a YouTuber, or something that had something to do with speech. I have a Libra moon, so when it comes to that Venusian charm, I definitely, you know, have that. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I definitely have that when it comes to, you know, my aesthetic and things like that. Mercury and Libra, let's have a discussion, shall we? Okay, sure. Just as long as the discussion is fair and I don't have to pick sides, let's do it. I'm down. Yes, you heard it right. Mercury and Libra, you typically play devil's advocate, which is someone who, whenever someone pitches an idea or an opinion or something, you typically choose the opposite simply because you don't like decision. Like, you don't like having a set opinion about something, you know? You're kind of put off by other people who express this strong opinion about everything, you know? Sometimes it can put you off and it can intimidate you. With this placement, you can make a really good counselor and a really good mediator, you know, someone who's really good at keeping the balance between the people in the conversation. Someone who, typically, this is a really good placement for a leader. Although you can be a little bit indecisive, you can still be a really good leader because you're not picking one side, you know? You can see the perspective of both sides, which makes you a really good leader. Those who have a Mercury in Libra typically are the source of advice. A lot of people come to you for advice, like, yo, Mercury in Libra, like, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? Because you're the sign of the scales, okay? The scales is your symbol. So you are aware of, you know, the dark and the light, the good and the bad of every situation. And people can pick up on that you're very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say this a lot, but when it comes to intellect and the mind and just situations and things, you can be very intuitive, and you can pick up on what works in a social environment and what doesn't. You're especially intuitive when it comes to people because this is the sign of marriage and relationships and things like that. So your intuition does come in when it comes to dealing with people. Mercury in Libra, you have a certain charm about you when you speak, you know, and a certain power of persuasion. Okay, when you speak, you're really good at persuading the other party, the opposite party. You can literally get the opposite party to be on your team. You can get someone who thinks that they are a Democrat, if you want to be political. You can get them to become a Republican if you're a Republican. That's just an example. That's probably a terrible example because I'm not really into politics. But, you know, having a Mercury and Libra, you can get someone who is more into Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj. You can get the ones who are more into Cardi B to, you know, become more into Nicki Minaj. That's even worse. That's even worse of an example. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you're really good at persuading people to change their mind about things. And you do it because you don't force anything. You don't force this, like, change your mind. You know, your opposite sign is Aries. It's the force in Aries that makes people want to resist them sometimes. So Aries may not be the best when it comes to dealing with people. Having a Mercury and Libra, I want to finish off with this. You're very intelligent, okay? Air energy, which is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, typically are very mental, very intellectual, very intelligent. So having a Mercury and Libra, you have a lot of intelligence, okay? A lot of awareness of the mind and how to use the mind. Very intelligent. This is a really good placement to have. Okay, let's jump into Mercury and Scorpio now. What it do, Mercury and Scorpio? How you doing? It's Sydney Island. Let's talk about it. Okay, Mercury and Scorpio. You good at getting to the core of any problem or any situation. You're good at getting to the core of understanding the deepest truth of life and of mysteries. Okay, having a Mercury and Scorpio, you are very, very mysterious when it comes to communication. Okay, people, they want to know what you're thinking. They want to know what is the next idea or the next plan for you, but they will never know. They will never know until the results are being born. They will never know during the process. You hide a lot of things. You have a lot of secrets, and you're really good at keeping the secrets of others. People trust you. You know, people trust you when it comes to confiding in you and speaking about, you know, things that they have been through. You know, you have that mysterious nature about you, but also this nature of, like, I feel like Mercury and Scorpio, there's a depth to them. You know, there's a certain amount of depth that I feel that, like, when I spew out my problems to them, they'll just get it. You know, a lot of people don't get it when I tell them about my problems, but Mercury and Scorpio, I feel like they'll get it. The nooks, the crannies, the crevices of my problems. I feel as though they will just get it. And typically they do, because this is the sign that rules the underworld, you know. This is the 8th house, you know. Scorpio rules the 8th house, which is a sign of death, rebirth, transformation, secrets, mysteries, and things that a lot of people are afraid to delve into. Mercury and Scorpio is a natural born investigator, and they are unafraid to figure out where we came from and what is the secret of life. Why are we all here? Scorpio is not scared. Scorpio is not scared to dance with the skeletons in their closet. So you think like a Scorpio. You have that bravery of thought like a Scorpio, having a Mercury in Scorpio. It makes you very observant and very intuitive. And also, you're so intuitive that you can damn near be psychic, okay? Like, you can literally, someone can be standing in front of you, and instantly, as soon as they walk up to you, you just know how they feel. You just know that they're feeling sad. You just know that they're feeling excited to be here. You just know the energy. They can be literally 6 feet from you. I use 6 feet because of quarantine. They can be 6 feet from you, and you just feel how they feel. You know, you have a certain amount of intuition that not a lot of people have. A certain amount of intuition that borders on, like, embodying the energy of the person that's opposite you. So you do have to be very careful. You know, you have to protect yourself and protect your energies, because you absorb energy, because you're an empath. You're a natural empath. This is the case for all water, Mercury, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So when it comes to your speech, you exude a certain amount of passion and vigor, you know, and you can be a little bit intimidating, you know, like Scorpio energy is mad intimidating. Also Virgo energy too. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, this is just my personal opinion, okay? People are gonna feel different, but I do feel that Scorpio and Virgo energy can be, like, very intimidating. I know they're two different energies, but you're intimidating because you are sure of yourself. You know, you are sure of yourself and you're sure of your power. Mercury and Scorpio people are very powerful within themselves. And when they don't feel powerful, that's when things can get a little dark. You can sometimes manipulate people when you don't feel powerful, and you're really good at it. You get human emotion and the human psyche and things like that, so you can be super manipulative and really freaking good at it. Like one of those people that plays mad mind games. I'm trying to learn how to slow down when I'm doing my videos because I talk really freaking fast. So Mercury and Scorpio, you may have a dark sense of humor. Is the lighting good? Like the lighting is changing before my very eyes. That was a good position. But anyways, Mercury and Scorpio, you have a dark sense of humor. You have a tendency to find things that other people may find to be a little bit like taboo. When it comes to your way of thinking, you can be extremely serious. You know, taking things a little too serious and a little bit extreme, because Scorpio is a very intense sign. So you can be super intense with the way that you express yourself and the way that you communicate and the way that you think. Like your thoughts can be super intense, and you have a very intense mental life. Displacement can be very suspicious of other people and very distrusting and very jealous at times also, you know, because you want to have all the power. Having a Mercury in Scorpio, you want to have all the power, but it's like that person has that power that I want. You know, you want to have all the power, but unfortunately you're human. You can't have all the power, and that's okay. You're not meant to. You're not God. You're not meant to have all the power. But Scorpio energy is like, you want all the power. You want all the good traits that all the human beings have, and you want to like absorb all of it. So you can be, you know, very jealous. And you can also be very distrusting of people. You know, you don't trust people very easily. You're always, you know, second guessing people's motives. And this can make you paranoid. You can be a paranoid thinker having a Mercury in Scorpio. When you think with this possibility of, what if they're trying to take advantage of me? What if they're trying to use me? You know what I mean? What if they have bad intentions? Because you always assume or try to pick away and see who has bad intentions, who has good intentions. You're very observant, and you're the type of person who will have everybody else open up about their problems to you and confide in you, but you won't give back what you have absorbed or what you know. You know what I mean? You won't open up about your problems, but you have other people open up about theirs. Be careful with a little bit of pessimism. Having a Mercury in Scorpio, you can have a little bit of like melancholic, pessimistic, negative way of thinking at times. Of course, this is not always going to be the case, but you are prone to depressive thoughts, and people may not even know about it, but you can get very dark in your way of thinking. The really good thing about this placement is you are super loyal, Mercury and Scorpio. You make a really, really good friend who will fight for your friends, who will stand up for your friends. You have a lot of love in your heart for the people around you, and you care a lot about people, whether you want to admit it or not. You care a lot about your loved ones, not about everybody. There's some people you really couldn't give a fuck less about, but you really do care about the people that are in like your immediate family. You really care about your family and your close friends, and you will do all that you need to do in your power to protect them. You can be very protective and very possessive. This sign makes for an excellent detective, an excellent private investigator. So you can be a really good FBI agent, Mercury and Scorpio. Well, hello, Mercury and Sagittarius. How are you? Let's talk about you for a minute. You don't know enough about yourself as a Mercury and Sag. Well, you've come to the right channel. You've come to the right astrologer. Let's talk about it. Mercury and Sagittarius. Well, when it comes to thinking, can someone say, freedom? I need freedom of thought. I need freedom of expression. I know you like that Mercury and Sag because y'all like that crazy shit. Y'all like that expressive shit. You need the opportunity to express yourself. You know, you cannot stand when someone cuts you off when you can't express that big, bright idea that you were going to express. How dare you? I am Mercury in Sagittarius, and I have big thoughts. How dare you? No, I'm personally not. I'm Mercury in Taurus, but we're not talking about me. So Mercury in Sagittarius people, when you communicate with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, you know, and a lot of optimism. This is a good placement to have because people perceive you as positive. and happy-go-lucky at times. And you have a great sense of humor having a Mercury in Sagittarius. People find you to be freaking hilarious. You know the perfect time to crack that joke, okay? And when you crack that joke, it's the joke people like, ah! Like, people think you're hilarious, and you are. You understand a sense of humor. You always want to keep things light. And when things get too serious, this is when it gets a little bit like not the best, because you run away. You have a tendency to want to escape a lot of the times when it comes to communication. When things start to get serious in the conversation, you will run in the opposite direction, which is different from Mercury and Scorpio, who actually go towards the dark, serious conversations. You will run from the conversation when it gets too dark and too serious and too realistic, because you can be super idealistic and you want things to just be fun. You just want to have an adventure. You just want to express your childlikeness and have, crazy wild sex. You just want to experiment, And this is a placement for someone who likes to research about sex and loves to experiment when it comes to sex and just think up new ways to just have like wild, crazy sex, okay? This is a placement of someone who likes to think more towards the future rather than what's happening now and what has happened in the past. You have a lot of ideas and a lot of visions, for the future and what you want life to be like. This placement is very different than, say, a Mercury and Virgo. You prefer not to focus on the details like a Mercury and Virgo. You rather look at the bigger picture and the whole project of it all. Like, why look at the details when you can see the whole big broad vision and just enjoy that? Like, what's the point? Like, who cares? The details is boring to a Mercury and Sagittarius. You're all about having a good time, having a fun time, letting loose and showing your crazy side, okay? Life is all about living on the edge, living on a wild side, especially when you express yourself and communicate. So with this placement, you can be very loud. You can have a loud mouth. Like, when you laugh really loud. When you smile really big. Okay, when you tell a joke, like, yo, listen, I got a joke to tell, Very, very expressive and typically very extroverted in the way that you express yourself. This Mercury placement, people may not know this, but you can be very intelligent and very intellectual. And, very curious about philosophy and religion and spirituality and things like that. And you can be very restless when it comes to your research about these things, very restless in your pursuit of knowledge. Okay, you're always trying to gain knowledge, always trying to learn something new. This is a sign that just loves being smart and loves to learn new things. This is also a placement that loves to teach as well. You have a natural inclination towards teaching people because you do have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of zest and confidence to teach people, and you can be very charismatic in that way, and you're charismatic simply because of that big bright energy that you refuse to let go of. You feel that life is all about the sunlight. Oh, look at the sunlight. Oh, life is all about the sunlight. Yeah, life is all about the sunlight for you. Life is all about big, bright, better, broader. You always try to think more broader. You always try to expand your knowledge, and you're always trying to be bigger and better, So, of course, details are going to bore the crap out of you because details are small. You're looking at the smallness. You prefer to look at the big. Everything is big with this placement. You think big. You express big. You may use your hands a lot when you communicate. Let me move towards the sunlight. You're like, I have Mercury and Sag. And you're very exciting to talk to. Very fun, and super entertaining. You value entertainment. You value a good time. And you can also be very adventurous. Always planning your next adventure. Cheers to that. So that is all I have for Mercury in Libra, Mercury in Scorpio, and Mercury in Sagittarius. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, those who have Mercury in these placements, and also subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my second channel as well, called Itty Bitty Black Alien, which is my fashion channel and my diet channel, my beauty channel, my very artistically expressive YouTube channel. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. The link for that will be in the description box below. I forgot to mention that.